how's pre-season shaping up for you? You sort of moved into that, I guess, that more midfield, defensive midfield type role last year. Has there been a conversation about what your role's going to be this season?
Yeah, it has been. It's been a great start to the pre-season. I've really enjoyed a change to my role a little bit. It's meant that I've come back and I suppose it's refreshing to be learning new things. And I feel like I'm back in my first year, and there's a lot more terminology and structures that I've got to be aware of. And I suppose last year I did get a bit of experience playing midfield, but the good thing about that was I was sort of thrown in there with not a lot of instructions, so sort of given a role and told just to play, which I think helped me in those games that I played midfield. Whereas now it's a bit more homework for me to do and a bit more to learn, and I'm really thriving in that environment. And it's exciting coming into work every day with a lot to improve.
What are those things you've got to learn? What's the new terminology of that sort of role? What is it?
I suppose structures around stoppages and within the stoppage, what roles each player has, and then from there it extends to my body work and my positioning and how I can help my teammates, and then along with that, working in more intense conditions, I suppose. As a half-backer, you're sort of in a bit more open space, whereas a midfielder, you get the ball, you got a lot less time. So I've really enjoyed that, and it's been good so far.
Do you anticipate being ball-winning midfielder or negating midfielder? What's the plan at the moment?
Hopefully I can add both sort of strings to my bow. Obviously last year I was given pretty clear roles, which I suppose as an inexperienced mid just made my job a little bit easier. But I think the natural progression is to be a ball-winning midfielder and have the ability to negate if that role is given to me. So I'm not sure what the plan is at the moment, but certainly I'm trying to work on every aspect of my game.
You look forward to the opportunity to utilise your kicking skills and hit the targets inside 50 to really set up those blokes like Guy Amos would be, I imagine, excited about seeing you to ball.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's something that I take a lot of pride in, and there's no better feeling than lacing out a forward who goes back and kicks a goal. So hopefully I can add that to the midfield group, and I look forward to putting my skills on display.
I mean, you played on like a Brownlow medalist and Patrick Dangerfield in one of the games in the midfield last year. What was that experience like for you? What did you learn of blokes like that very early on in this midfield role?
Yeah, there was a few of the players that I played on were fairly experienced, and I certainly learned a lot of things. And each player sort of had different traits that I could sort of take a few things from. And Danger was very much, if you gave him a metre, he'd take it, and he was very explosive. And he was also quite smart, though. If you didn't pay attention, he'd seep goal side, and he would get out the back of you. So you had to be really on your toes. And then there was other players where they would just hunt the ball, and you have to be really, your work rate had to be up, and you had to get from contest to contest because their work rate was really high. So, there was a lot of learnings that came out of those games. And as I said earlier, I went into those games with a pretty clear role and didn't have a lot in my head, which sort of helped. And now I'm trying to add more things to my game, and hopefully I can process more information and make decisions more quickly.
Defenders are quite a parochial bunch. How are you navigating that relationship today in terms of losing into the midfield a little bit? Are they wishing you well into the midfield, or are they?
It's funny that
about it?
They actually are saying that the more defenders that they can spread throughout the field, the better the team will be. So they're pretty happy, and they keep making the joke that it's good to have a midfielder that might defend. So, which is not entirely true, but the defenders are they're a pretty funny bunch. But I think Chappie looks like he's making a move up towards the midfield as well. So they keep saying that the defenders are taking over. So it's good to see.
It is going to be different midfield group this year, isn't it? Yourself, Chappie, I'm sure there'll be another will be thrown in there at different points. Like, are you excited about what this new look sort of group will be?
Yeah, I think we wanted to have different looks in our midfield, and we've got players like Sam Swikowski that can come through for little pinch hits. Luke Jackson can come in and play ruck and play midfield, and I think we want to have some diversity in there and be versatile and be a threat. And hopefully this year with the group that we've got at the moment, we can make it difficult for teams to scout us and play against us.
It's more unpredictable, so they won't know what's going on next time.
Yeah, I think so.
How does this running compare for you over pre-season? Have you had to change your style and skill in terms of
Yeah, it's certainly been a step up. I think the thing I definitely noticed last year playing midfielder was that it's not so much the Ks that's difficult, because as a halfback you actually cover a lot of Ks, but it's the repeat efforts and the heaviness that you build up in your legs from going effort after effort. So that's been sort of the challenge that I've been working through so far, is being able to back up after repeat efforts and being able to spread from contest to contest, which is something that as a half-backer you probably don't experience that much. So it's something that I'll continue to work on. I'm certainly not complete in that area, but as I said at the start, it's exciting to have new things to work on, and I feel really refreshed with my new role, and I come to work every day really excited to get better.
What you were saying at the start sounds a bit like back to school. Is it back to basics, or is it like advanced algebra?
It's sort of back to basics a little bit. Well, I suppose we're trying to keep it simple, and we're trying to build week on week. We don't want to go straight into the algebra stuff straight away. But yeah, I feel like I'm learning pretty quick, and I've got some great support around me, and I'm just taking everything in my stride, and really enjoying being at work.
In terms of that defensive side of the midfield role, how much satisfaction did you get out of having an impact against guys like that? And is that something that you think you do really relish?
Yeah, I think so. I think I just enjoyed coming into the midfield group and feeling like I made an impact. I didn't want to come in there and just be chasing the ball and wanting to get touches. I wanted to come in and really have an impact, and I felt like I was able to work really well with players like Caleb and Andy, and felt like I worked well with that group. And I suppose playing that role, I got a lot of I felt really good post game when my teammates really got around me for playing a role. So that was really, really promising, and hopefully I can keep doing things like that.
To that end, are there any guys who like to test yourself against this season?
Not necessarily. It was good to play against the best players, and I think my whole sort of football career, you always watch the best players and try to see what they're doing, and to be up close and personal and see it live is probably the best way to learn.
do you have?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Did you go last year, or was it the first time around?
No, I went last year. My first few years were a little bit disrupted with COVID, but I went last year, and I'm looking forward to getting back.
Not quite finished the first season.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. Yeah, a lot of the boys love coming down to the beach, so it's nice to have a change of scenery and finish off the year down at the beach.
You've been re-elected, obviously, in the leadership group. I guess, how do you approach leadership in a totally new position? Can you still hold those standards when you're sort of the new one to the pack?
Yeah, I hope so. I suppose within the leadership group at the moment, within the midfield group at the moment, I wouldn't say I'm the most vocal person in the group. I'm sort of taking a back seat, listening and adding things and asking questions when I feel like I need to. But in terms of my influence throughout the group, I don't think it really matters what position I'm playing. And I like to think that my actions and my standards are what make me a good leader, and I try to keep them pretty consistent throughout the year, and hopefully players look up to me and I can influence players that way. So I don't think my role really changes, but I still feel like I can have an influence throughout the whole group no matter where I'm playing.